Good morning. As our presence to enjoy it. Let me just give it a second. It looks like I've had some intermittent connectivity. I'll start with this Alan Cohen quote again. Linda, good morning. Happy Sunday. It's so good to see you. If you are not living with a whole heart right now, then the end of the world poses no threat. Your life is already gone. Life is only as valuable as our presence to enjoy it. To miss the beauty of the moment because you are preparing to protect yourself from the next one is to trade a precious gem for a cheap trinket. Charlene, good morning. Happy Sunday. Anthony, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Fear is what prevents us from being present. Being constantly on guard for the possible threat that the next moment might bring robs us from the ability to express our full potential right now. The next thought from Alan Cohen is, the world you see is less of an indication about the world and more of an indication about your seeing. There is another old teaching that sounds very similar. It says, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. It's almost impossible not to see the world through the lens of our own past experiences and the messaging we took on board since childhood. The way we see the world reflects our own internal state, not necessarily some objective truth about the world. The reminder for me is always to question myself and ask, is there a more empowering way to see the world than I do right now? I often tell myself that my number one job is to tell myself the most empowering story about whatever is happening right now. The next thought from Alan Cohen is, he talks about guilt. He says, guilt is punishing yourself before God doesn't. Alan Cohen offers a different perspective on guilt. He sees it not as a divinely mandated punishment, but as self-inflicted suffering that doesn't achieve anything meaningful. This suggests that guilt isn't something predetermined, but rather a choice we make to dwell on past mistakes. And then a beautiful thought that does lead us into today's meditation. He says, if you want to find God, start hanging out in the space between your thoughts. If you want to find God, start hanging out in the space between your thoughts. Sunmari, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. When you clearly see and understand that none of the thinking is you, that thought is something your brain does on autopilot, just like perspiration is something that sweat glands produce on their own, then it becomes easier to take a step back and simply watch thoughts as they come and go. When you are the observer of your thoughts, you'll start noticing the spaces in between thoughts, and you'll come to understand where your soul lives. Good morning. Is it Yasin van der Merwe? Yasin? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but good morning. It's good to see you pop in with us, and I hope you have a bit of time to just be in silent with us for a moment. So take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and begin to observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice the spaces between them, and allow yourself to simply be there. This practice, even for a few minutes a day, can create a profound shift in your perspective and open you to a world of possibilities within. So let's slip into that space of silence between thoughts together. You can close your eyes and let us float away, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Your only job right now is, with every exhale, to lead your body to a deeper level of softness than the one before. There's no need to try and force your mind to be silent, to try and bully your brain into not thinking. That simply doesn't work. Just be the observer of what your brain does, but start noticing the spaces in between thoughts. Alan Cohen's message for us this morning is, if you want to find God, start hanging out in the space between your thoughts. Now, don't try and hold on to that space. Don't be disappointed when you didn't find that space. The harder we try and create it, the more it evaporates. Simply start becoming aware that there are tiny spaces between some of your thoughts. Just enjoy hanging out there for a moment, however fleeting that may be. As a kid, I always had this thought of what is in the space between thoughts. And I always thought that if we're meditating together, even if we're not in the same place, then when we all experience that momentary space between thoughts, that must mean we're experiencing the same thing. And we must be in the same place. We must find ourselves in the same space when we fall into that space between thoughts. And that always led me to the next thought. That if there is nothing, then we have to be left with the very presence of God. Like if we were able to remove everything from a space, then what's left over must be source itself. So don't get into a battle with your mind. Continue your full body breathing. Feel yourself rise and fall. And just be open to fleeting moments of space between thoughts. I'll check in with you in just a few minutes after this phase. Use the last few breaths of this phase to help your body stretch, adjust, and settle down. Roll out your neck muscles, roll out your shoulder muscles. Do a little bit of a stretch into your back muscles and help your body find comfort. having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at the very least, finding ourselves as present as we can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for just a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. We're stepping into the breath-holding portion of today's meditation. And the only thing to do here is to spend time sitting with your thoughts. All the other meditations in the week have a lot of direction. I think it's important at least once a week to create some space where the only thing we're doing is sitting with our thoughts, not using anything to distract ourselves. And learn to recognize when thoughts hijack you. When you've jumped onto the back of one of these thoughts like a wild horse and you're riding it, realize that you can step away, climb back over the fence, and return to your breathing. I know it's not easy. We get hijacked again and again. But this is the invitation. To have awareness again and again. You see, we're not trying to practice having empty minds. We're practicing having awareness of what our mind is doing. Until we start to trust that thoughts come and go. Until we start to trust that these thoughts that my brain produces, that's not necessarily me. I'm the one who can get off the back of one of these horses and find myself on the other side of the fence again, just watching. And then, as Alan Cohen suggested, have awareness of the grace we are given in those moments between thoughts. Let's find each other there, slipping into the same space between thoughts, even though we are removed in space and time from each other. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness enters, how softness slips into your body and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. I'll read to you one more time. A few thoughts from Alan Cohen. Today's thoughts from Alan Cohen are not specifically about silence or specifically about meditation. They're just some of his thoughts that really sit well with me. The first one is, if you are not living with a whole heart right now, then the end of the world poses no threat to you. Your life is already gone. He says, because life is only as valuable as our presence to enjoy it, to enjoy the moment of it. To miss the beauty of the moment because you are preparing to protect yourself from the next moment is to trade a precious gem for a cheap trinket. Fear is what prevents us from being present, being constantly on guard for the possible threat that the next moment might bring. This robs us from the ability to express our full potential right now. Alan Cohen says, the world you see is less of an indication about the world and more of an indication about your seeing. And then the last thoughts, he says, if you want to find God, start hanging out in the space between your thoughts. If you want to find God, start hanging out in the space between your thoughts. Perhaps first just grow some awareness that you have moments of space between thoughts. Don't try and create those moments. Don't try and force them. Just lean into the gratitude for those moments when they are there. We have just a little bit more time left to fall into that space between thoughts. Let's meet each other there, in that space between thoughts. Isn't that exactly what Rumi meant? I'll check in with you in just a few minutes. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this moment of silence together. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that I don't have to be able to switch off the thinking, like closing a running faucet. No more water comes out. Thank you for learning that I don't need to be able to do that with my brain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that silence already exists in me. Even while a brain is producing a stream of thinking, silence is already present. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that I can become better at not engaging with the thinking when I choose. Of course, it's a process. And of course, still, while I take a step away from thoughts, I will have moments where I have been jumping on the back of the next thought again. Thank you for learning that all I need to do is develop the awareness. The awareness of when to take a step back again, and again, and again. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the grace given by moments between thought. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for slipping into this space along with us. Stefan, good morning. Happy Sunday. It's great seeing you. Jenny, a very good morning. It's awesome to see you pop in with us. Wishing you a beautiful weekend. Hey, Pupe. It's great seeing you. Hope your weekend is awesome. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmarie. And whoever else I can't remember, Michelle. Have a beautiful weekend. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.